distant lands we gather, hearts of fire all along. Oh, big Nick, cause we follow through the storm and through the fight. For Valhalla we will borrow strength and might under moonlight. Warriors of the ancient sea, songs of glory dark and bold. In the night, our spirits free, legends born, tales unfold. Oh, big because we follow through the storm and through the fight. For Valhalla we will borrow strength and might under moonlight. From horizons wild we roam, with thunder in our soul. Every battle brings us home to the stories ages told. Oh, big Nick, cause we follow through the storm and through the fight. For Valhalla we will borrow strength and might under.
Hello, folks. Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Oh, it is Thursday, and a bit of change of plans. Hello, Mr. Jingles. A bit of change of plans. The plan was to show the remaining of the Tiffany Hosey testimony about hyperbaric chamber risks in the Michigan hyperbaric chamber explosion case. That is now postponed until Monday, because today, for fuck's sake, Mr. Jingles, that might have been my fault. Change of plans, because today, or about 20 hours ago, so maybe midnight, they released the Laura Owens January 29 raid. And other people have covered it, and the reports and the tweets and the things I've seen it is wild. Absolutely wild. For you who are new to the Laura Owens case, she is a serial pregnancy scammer. She has done this for a decade or longer to at least 4 people, 4 men, including but not limited to Mike Maracchini, and of course former bachelor Eckert. And the last one, Mr. Eckert, resulted in her testifying in court to something. It was wild, that as well. It was absolutely wild, that as well. And from that, there was a mail campaign against towards the local district attorney that you have to do something about this, because she's not stopping. And then there was silence for a number of months, and then all of a sudden we got the news that she was charged with 7 felonies, including but not limited to perjury and tampering with evidence. And now, so she has now in one place, she's charged with 7 felonies, but she still are going after Mike Maracchini a decade later for she's trying to get a permanent restraining order against him. And so that is wild in itself. Her now then former attorney, David Gingerass, is throwing tantrums in official court documents, which is, I mean, that man needs to have his bar license revoked yesterday, because his accusations against people are manic is the word I want to use. It's manic. So this is a classic you cannot un-F a cluster F case. So, do you need any more? Hello, by the way. Hello, folks. Hello, Rhonda. Hello, Ali. Hello, purposeless people. Hello, Rachel. Finally, I caught a line. Yay! Hi, Gwendolyn. Hi, Ron. Yeah, hello, folks. Philip. Hey. AKA the cat lady. And all the rest of you. All the rest of you. And as I told you guys yesterday, the month I've been in the United States made me fall out of the algo. So I really, really need you to hit that like button and be active in chat and do all the things so I can return to the algo and get my numbers up. So I really, really need your help for that. And okay, the cat lady. She's going for a permanent restraining order based on the fact that he showed up for the Owens versus Eckert trial because he had to do due to a valid subpoena. Yeah, which Laura claims was illegal. Yeah, that is insanely stupid because the judge in that case told them repeatedly, this is a valid subpoena. But Laura Owens, with the aid of David Gingerass, they don't. Yeah, they seem to not be able to grasp that they are wrong. So this is, in my opinion, this is just Laura Owens being an entitled little bitch. So, okay, that's almost 10 minutes of me ranting, and you're all here for something completely different. You are here for... Dun, dun, dun. Where did it go? There. There it is. This is the body cam, because the district attorney told the judge, yeah, we're going to need to raid this place and secure evidence. And as of what I've heard, this is the very definition of entitlement. This is the very definition of a grown-ass woman throwing a temper tantrum. Okay, and you also have the option to feed the Swede. Feed the Swede. It's the QR code in the bottom right there. It should take you to my PayPal. Now, as Megan Fox says, don't give me your ramen money. Never do that. If you are struggling, I am banning you from monetary support of this channel. You can support this channel by watching my videos. I'm perfectly happy with that. For you who have more than ramen money and is wondering, hey, we have a huge surplus this month. Give me a $5 or something of the sort. So, folks, yeah, and hello, guys, over at X, at Rumble, YouTube. So I'm streaming this to 3 different locations, and hopefully I get the numbers from each one. But now really ranted for over 10 minutes. So, folks, what we all been waiting for, the raid. So nothing like the previous wellness checks. This is an actual raid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Please search warrant.
Search warrant.
Open the door. Dan, Ron, Laura, please search warrant. Open the door, please.
We're not going to announce them right now.
6
Hello, Scottsdale
a.m.
Police Department.
It was 6:47 a.m.
Scottsdale Police Department. We have a search warrant. Can you open the
We
door,
have verbal
please?
contact with a female through the door. She's opening the door.
Are you
Is
Jan?
she opening the door?
Jan. Please search warrant. Jan, Laura, Ron, open the door.
They are there. The time says 6:48 a.m. Oh, bitch! You
Think she
better
locked
open
it or
that door.
unlocked it? You think she
I'm sorry? Okay, we're the police department, Jan. Scottsdale Police. This is Detective Buckner with the Scottsdale Police Department. We have a search warrant, okay? We're serving it on the behalf of the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. You need to open up the door. You can look through your ring doorbell.
Who's this?
Smash it down! Smash it down! Smash it down!
She's saying,
Jan. She says she's calling the police department.
is it unlocked?
Oh God!
No, she locked it. We heard it.
So she locks the door and calls the
Jan, we do not want to breach your door,
Breach the door! Breach the door!
but we will if we have to. You have to open the door.
She's saying that she's going home.
Jan,
This
we
is
will ram your
technically
door.
obstruction
We
of
don't wanna do that. We
justice.
don't want to damage your door. Just pop the door and talk to us.
There you go.
Hello.
Hi.
So you go to the police department, okay?
Okay.
We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to do anything like that. We can talk to your body, okay?
I copy that. Jan opened the door for us. We'll be making entry in a second.
Yeah.
Is Laura inside with you?
No.
She's not. Is she in the back?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else with her back there?
Not that I know of.
Okay, let's let,
This is, we have a search warrant. We're serving on behalf of the Maricopa County Attorney's Office.
Why do you have this kind of presence?
Yeah, so.
Buck, let's go inside and have a
Do you have
conversation.
any weapons at all?
Soft server.
Inside.
No, I don't have any weapons. What?
Ron?
Scottsdale Police.
Hi, how are you? This is the Scottsdale Police Department. We have a search warrant for you, Ron.
Can you just do me a favor, stay with Jan? Or one of you guys?
Well, we're talking about the
Okay.
Yeah.
There was the fiend dog.
Regarding Laura. I'm gonna turn on this light, okay? Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
My daughter's gonna have
We made entry. We're contacting the parents right now. You're good to move to the casino.
On this side. I'm on this. Yeah, I see your light. Come around. I'm on this side. You'll see my thumb. Over here.
Okay, over at YouTube, I see for some reason it doesn't show up on my Rumble Studios. It did yesterday. I don't know why it doesn't do it here. Thank you to AK the Cat Lady. for your $10. Thank you so much. Will you be reading the latest motions? There's one from Ginger Ass and one incredible response, and affidavits from Mike's lawyers. Ginger Ass behavior is out of control. Those affidavits are very telling. Yeah, sure. I will find them.
It's Officer Butler. Yeah. Yeah, Officer code 4. Okay, in the back, Laura, 2 dots. 2 dots, no letters. Yeah, you know how to pay this number.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just pull them.
So 32, see the main structure is code 4. What do you say about the regulations?
All right, we're moving. So Mike, go ahead and move up to the casita at the sliding glass door.
Yeah, they're going back to
20 to 24,
Laura's
just
place.
hold where you're at so we have that noise containment.
There's a dog right there in front of you, Sarge.
Laura, police.
Laura, come outside.
Laura, police department, police. We're the police, Laura.
It's the police.
It's the police department. Here, just come up, just a couple with me. Laura, Scottsdale Police. You see my badge? We're with the Scottsdale Police Department.
Okay.
Can you come out and talk with us, please?
No.
The county attorney has a search warrant for the property, so we need you to come out.
Okay.
So if you need to get dressed or get a coat, whatever you need, I just need you to come out here with us.
I'm sorry. It's not even 7 in the morning.
Yeah. That's fine.
I'm not comfortable having you. I don't know who you guys are.
I just told you with the Scottsdale Police
I know,
Department.
but I'm not comfortable even opening my screen.
Okay, well, if we were going to handle this more escalated, we would have just forced our way in, but we're not doing that. We're trying to handle this as low key as possible.
I was told that if the police were going to come, they would come during business hours. Can I call my attorney, please? I'm not comfortable with
you can call your attorney. That's fine.
Let me call my attorney, okay?
That's fine. Yep.
Okay.
Hey, Glasgow.
Yep.
There's a door on that.
Yeah.
Breach it, breach it,
I'm
breach it.
concerned about my parents.
Laura,
you guys have your
no,
guns
we're-
drawn right now.
Our guns are not drawn. Nobody's
That
pointing.
looks like
nobody's,
I can't tell
Is
through the
anybody
screen.
pointing a gun at you?
You know what?
Laura,
Do my parents
Laura.
know that somebody's here?
Yes, we have officers talking with your parents right now. They're inside the home right now talking to your parents, and we have county detectives here.
County detectives
Yes.
here?
So
For what?
I'm giving you an opportunity. I told you we have a search warrant for your
Then let
property.
me have my parents out here
No,
and my
no, no,
attorney
no.
on the phone
You
because
can-
I
Laura,
don't. I am.
Laura,
Just
listen to me. Just listen.
Miss Owens, you do not give the orders. You do not give the orders. At this point in time, folks, not legal advice, but if you are getting raided, if they have a search warrant, you have been told they have a search warrant, you can ask to see the search warrant. They will show it to you. Everything else, handle it afterwards. Oh, they did this. Oh, they did that. Document it, write it down, have your lawyer on the phone, preferably somebody else than David Gingrass. And any mistakes will be handled afterwards. But as of that moment, do what you're fucking told. Because if it escalates, I mean, now take the same situation, but this is a drug bust at a person of color, a Hispanic, a black person. They would already be inside. I'm quite certain of it. They would be, yeah, sure, out you go, in we go. But this is supposedly wealthy white people. And all of a sudden, the cops are very, very nice.
Okay, I've been nothing but respectful to you.
No, it's
Ordinarily-
not even 7 o'clock in the morning. Let me just call my attorney,
Hold on.
okay?
You can call your attorney.
I'm allowed to call my attorney.
Well, okay. 20 to 30. Same 20 to same 30.
You got your beer?
What? Yeah, it's got to safe. Right, on the other side of the
Laura, we don't want to break your door.
She's calling her attorney.
I'm trying to call my attorney.
You know we have legal authority to break your door.
Okay, are you, David, do you know what's going on right now?
I can talk to
Hey, we got the county detectives if they want to talk to her.
Laura, open the door.
Sam 20 to Sam 2. Our target is very animated at this point, refusing to come out. She's speaking to us through a sliding glass door. We're giving her an opportunity to talk to her attorney so we don't have to escalate things, but that's where we're at right now.
Before 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay, fine. I need it.
All right, she's on speaker with her attorney, and the attorney is advising her to come out.
Hey, David Gindras is actually making
You
a
guys
good
have
decision.
guns? You know, you guys literally no.
Put her in
Okay, we have
handcuffs.
contact with her. We are escorting her out.
This way.
Inside the house.
Your door.
Phone
Okay. Legal.
Okay, are you now?
Open the door. Open the door.
Can I just?
We're gonna cut the screen and come in if you don't.
You
Get off
can't.
the
The
phone.
screen isn't even kind of. I'm on the phone with my attorney. I'll put him on the phone right now. This is my attorney, David Gingras. My attorney, David Gingras. I don't know who you guys are, and it's
We
not
are the
even
Scottsdale
7.
Police
Do they have
Department.
authority to search before 7 o'clock in the morning?
Do you have authority to search before 7? They could have been there at 3 a.m., 11 p.m. They could have been there at any fucking point in time. The reason why they chose before 7 a.m. to catch you by surprise so you can't destroy evidence. And yeah. Oh no, it's not even 7 a.m. My alarm goes off at 4:30 a.m. That's when I get up in the morning. Often, I wake up before my alarm. Okay? Jesus.
The police are there, Laura. You need to let them do whatever they're going to do.
Okay, fine. That's all. I need it. There's like 7 of them here. Don't grab my phone and take it. I need to be able to speak to my attorney. You guys have guns? You know, you guys literally no.
We're not gonna hurt you. We're not gonna hurt you. Come on.
My dogs are in here.
We'll make sure they stay inside. All right. Come on. This way. Your mom's inside. Yep.
I'll speak to my mom. You guys have guns? I'll speak to my mom.
Yeah, I'm taking you to her right now. Okay.
And all that up on body cam.
Did you guys want to clear this, or do you have what you need?
No, we need to go in. Yeah, we can search up.
Hey, just give me a couple to come in here. I got your right side, Max. Just don't let the dog get out so we got to deal with that nonsense. Okay, let's go ahead and clear out of here.
We're serving it on behalf of the. Yeah, we're serving it on behalf of the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. Okay. Regarding Laura, I'm gonna turn on this light. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let me see this.
Yeah, you're okay. Hi, how are you? Can you see me?
Can I see the search warrant, please?
Yeah, we're gonna give you the search. We're gonna give you a copy of the search warrant. Okay.
I'd like to see it right now.
Yeah,
Can I
I'll
get
give you
that?
it as soon as we can. Okay.
But
All right.
When you search for it, you gotta be looking for something. What?
Yeah, we're looking. So Laura is a subject of an investigation by the courts.
okay, for perjury. All right. So yeah, so they're going to be looking for some. It's regarding that. Okay. So it's going to be. They're going to come in here and they'll explain it to you and they'll give you a copy of the search warrant. Okay.
Can I see your badge for a second? Your number is what?
1422 is my badge number. Okay. I'll leave it here for you. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Ron, is anybody else inside the house besides you and Jan?
My wife and 2 dogs.
Okay. And then Laura's in the back casita.
Laura's in the back.
3 dogs? Are they friendly?
No, 2 dogs.
2 dogs?
Friendly.
Friendly? Okay. Is there anybody else back there with her?
No.
Does she have any guns or anything like that? Okay. All right. Just got to ask. Thanks, Ron. I'll be right here, okay?
What's your name again?
It's Officer Buckner. Buckner. Yep. Yeah, I'm going to stay with him. House is code 4. Hey, in the back, Laura, 2 dogs. Okay. 2 dogs, no weapons.
Do you have David's number?
They are all calling David.
I'll help you out, okay?
Just police out.
What do you need?
Just police out. Police out.
Okay. Okay, give me 1 second, okay?
I had to do here. That's the police here.
Oh, man, that's tough.
It's always so anyway.
Is there a robe or something I can get you?
Yeah, but yeah, you do it.
Yeah, I can get it to you. Where is it? In the closet?
Open it up and it's still right. Right there. Whoa.
This one? Okay.
Yeah, if you allow your dogs to shit indoors, you should not have dogs.
Because I guess Laura's been a little bit uncooperative, and you can talk to the you can talk to the investigators. Okay, they'll have all the details. We're just helping them out with the service of the warrant. So which ones do you want me to remove? All of these or just these 2? Okay. Let me get you your walker. Okay. He wants to get up. Is there a spot inside there that we can move him to? Sarge?
Maybe they're watching too much TV, but they're going to say that if you have a warrant, it's got to be for a specific thing. You're looking for drugs.
Yeah, they're looking for, they're going to show you the warrant, but it's electronics and some, I guess, they're going to have all the details regarding.
In the morning?
Yeah, it's 6:30, 6:50. Yeah.
Why?
I know.
You know, as a driver, she is basically suicidal.
No, she's
suicidal.
No, she's not.
Mentioned it. I don't need to say anything. I mean, yes, because she will.
I would assume that Laura Michelle Owens is. If I don't get what I want, I'm going to hold my breath until I die. Kind of self-ending stuff. But no, I do not believe she is prone to self-ending because she's an entitled little bitch who just does anything she can to get anything she wants. And now the justice system says, oh, fuck you.
Yeah, you think so?
I think woken up at this hour in the morning by the police.
Has she made suicidal comments before?
A
year or two ago?
Maybe.
What was the means? Was she taking pills? Did she cut herself?
I'm really. Now, what I would like to do is, I don't know his number. They'll call her attorney and have him over.
Yeah, you're more than. Yeah.
I just your outfit, my God, what you're wearing.
I know. It looks a lot more intimidating than it actually is.
Well, it was pretty intimidating.
Well, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. You know, we didn't want to.
So inappropriate of you guys to do. Where are you guys? My dad is handicapped. You know what? I can see my dad.
Ron is fine. Ron is fine.
I want to see my dad who is handicapped. I'm sorry.
Yes.
He can't stand up. You guys, he's gonna fall.
I'm gonna help him.
I'm
going to
stand.
Well, we got it.
Please, you're hurting me. You are hurting. No, you weren't. You were hurting me. I want to see.
Laura, you're being an asshole right now. You don't seem to understand the gravity of this situation. Nothing you say here matters, but can and might be used against you in a court of law. Technically, you're obstructing justice. In a normal case out of bumfuck Kansas, you would be on face planted on the floor, handcuffs on. These guys are very respectful to you. But at the same time, they won't let you interfere.
Do you want me to put you in handcuffs?
Yeah, that's what I want. I want to see my
Then go to the
father.
front room.
You are hurting me.
I'm
you
barely
are
touching
hurting
you.
me, and
My
there's
hands
going
are
to be a
open.
report for what you
It's
have
on
done.
camera
I
right here. Laura,
guarantee
come to
you,
the front room.
I will have bruises from this. I guarantee you, I
Come on,
will.
Laura, come on.
I'd like to see my father, please.
You just saw him. Laura.
No, and I don't know where my mom
Don't make me put
is.
you in handcuffs.
Right over here. You can come and
Just
sit
cooperate.
right here.
This is horrendous. These people are horrible. There's like 8 of them showing up with guns tonight. You can see that.
I know.
This is so inappropriate. I asked for you because I said I didn't know if they were real or not. I really still don't even know when they put all their guns drawn at me. I'm sorry. This is so.
Hey, just two, Mikey and you said.
468. There's going to be a report to the county. You guys realize that, right?
Oh no! Are you going to write a strongly worded letter to the county? Yeah. Oh no! Oh no! She's going to write the county. Did you hear that, guys? She's going to write to the county. They are going to hear about this. Oh. Thank you to Sarah over at YouTube for $2 saying, woohoo! I've been waiting for you to cover this. Hey, here we are. Yeah, I can't bring it up. I could bring super chats up yesterday via Rumble Studios, but for some reason I can't do it today. And I don't know why. Yep. Oh, FAFO.
This is before 7 o'clock in the morning.
I know.
Yeah, when
And they have
normal
their
fucking
guns.
people
I
are already
I've never
awake.
even seen a gun in my life. Whatever the hell that is. You know what? It's not even 7 o'clock. I have done nothing except get pregnant by the fucking bachelor.
Uh-oh. Everything you say can and will be used against you. No, Laura, you were never pregnant because you forged all the things. You actually injected yourself with chemicals to make it seem like you were pregnant. Hi, Christine. Of course, you can live stream this on your channel. You ask every time, and my answer is always the same. Yes, you can.
I have done nothing except get pregnant by the fucking bachelor. Okay? It's not like I've gone and killed somebody.
It's not like I gone and killed somebody. It's still a fucking crime to lie in court, to forge your evidence. It's still illegal. You're not convicted. You're presumed innocent. For you guys who know me, I'm very, very pro-defense. Sometimes I'm not. This is one of these times.
I know they made me stay here. They wouldn't let me go.
And poor daddy, they took your phone?
They took my phone. Yeah.
So you guys have, where's the search warrant?
Here's the search warrant.
For my mom?
Here's the search
It's a
warrant.
search warrant for my mom's phone.
For the residents.
Yeah.
You know, I need to help my father.
No.
He cannot get up.
No.
My dad is handicapped. No,
Laura.
he can't get up.
Laura.
You don't get it. My dad
Yeah.
can't get up, and he's all panicked in there.
He's not panicked.
No, you see what? He can't get up. He's handicapped. Please do not do something.
And the word is
he can't.
disabled. Laura fucking Owens. The word is disabled. Handicapped has been kind of a slur for many, many years now. So the word you're looking for is disabled. And he's been doing fine. We saw that earlier. Yeah, he's surprised, but he asked the right questions. Yeah. So this is entitled little bitch trying to use her dad as an excuse for being a bitch.
With, I mean,
What?
it has nothing.
My poor dad has nothing to do with this.
He can help.
Fuck all of you guys. Seriously, fuck you guys. This is not cool. It's not even 7 o'clock in the morning.
And now you're screaming at your mother?
Yeah, it's like I murdered somebody.
I agree, honey. I agree. What did David say? Did you call David?
Yeah, they took my phone. I don't have David's number. I don't even have my attorney's
there's a chair over
number.
here.
Can I have my phone to write my attorney's phone number on?
I'm sure you can get that, yeah.
Didn't you just say just
He
a
just
few
was
minutes
about to
ago that you
fall.
were on the phone with him?
He doesn't use a walker. He's using a walker that I'm sure he doesn't use. He never uses a walker.
I'm using it now. It's an emergency. I'm using it now.
Yeah, do you guys see what you've done? Do you see what you've done? I mean, really, that my family is dealing with this? He needs somebody to support him. Excuse me, he can't walk. He's had Parkinson's for 23 years. He needs someone to hold him. He cannot walk. Can you explain this?
Is this chair good?
The rolling chair.
Oh, fuck these people. This is insane. You know what? Oh, I'm sure they already told me they had body cams. I'm sure they're going to give this footage.
No, he needs to sit in.
If this footage becomes public record with my
Wait,
father on it,
wait.
they're
Bill,
just...
please.
Sir, close your robe. Close your robe. Imagine this. This guy, Ron Owens, wealthy. I mean, stupid wealth. And then he marries that one, and she gives birth to that one. And 35 years later, shortly after this, they hired an attorney for her, paid a bunch of money, and then more or less immediately after filed for bankruptcy. Because according to the documents, they are $2.3 million in debt. $2.3 million in debt. And that is, I assume, is because they spoiled her, Laura Owens, rotten. And she keeps taking. She keeps taking. They are about to lose everything, and she is about to possibly receive a prison sentence because she can't adult. Yeah, Mika says a lot of the debt is medical. Yeah, it is. But, I mean, without Laura Owens, he would have had no problems with the medical. And I'm quite certain a bunch of these medical issues is because of Laura. And for the life of me, I do not understand why she's not in cuffs in the back of a cop car. And fun things about when you file for bankruptcy is that your debtors can do something called a clawback. And that is, if they say that, hey, you spent a lot of money not on yourself and then filed for bankruptcy, we want that money. So depending on the debtors, they might ask for the money they paid for her lawyer back. Don't know how far they are gone in the bankruptcy filings, but it is a strong possibility that the debtors wants the money they paid for her attorney back. Is it possible? I don't know. I don't do bankruptcies.
The group that is harassing me is going to
He
get
He wants to sit there.
But he never sits there.
He doesn't. You don't get it. My dad's had Parkinson's for 23 years. You guys don't
I
understand.
just asked if he wanted to sit in there, and he said
He
no.
can't sit in that
Honey,
chair.
You really can't sit in that one, honey.
Okay, wait one.
That one he can't use because it's on rollers.
Okay,
Your mom just said to use it.
The black chair. The black chair. The black chair.
Ronnie, just sit in the chair you normally sit in. sweetie.
Just sit in the black chair. Just sit in the black
Computer
chair.
chair.
He can't, but he'll roll in that one.
That's where he sits, sweetheart.
So this one, or
That one, the
Okay.
one on wheels.
I'll hold it.
Yes, yes, the one on wheels.
It needs to be pushed back to this right here. It needs to be pushed there for him to sit down.
Have you called David?
Look at that fucking pigsty. She's 35 fucking years old, living at her parents. Now that in itself, not unusual. But Jesus Christ, clean your room, Laura. Clean your room. That's disgusting.
They took my phone.
What?
They took my phone.
They took your phone. Well, here's the phone.
No, they're gonna take your phone. They're gonna take your phone, Daddy. You don't
I want
have
to see the warrant that says they can have my phone.
Honey, I have a warrant here.
Does it say they can take your phone, Mom? Oh, whoa. It does not say you guys can take my mom's. It doesn't.
Okay,
you didn't even read it.
Yes, I just did. On the person, Laura Michelle Owens. Where does it say you can take my mom's phone?
Take 3 minutes and read the whole warrant.
And it says you can take my mom's phone?
Well, read it, don't just flip through it.
Did you call David?
So, sir, we're serving the search warrant on behalf of the Maricopa County Attorney's Office.
That's right.
So the
Yeah, and I'm not seeing where it says
But
my
if
mom.
it's wait till they
Laura,
have to
listen
file
to what
at
he's saying.
6:30 in the morning. My God, what
So,
is-
sir, per statute, we can serve a daytime search warrant between the hours of 6:30 in the morning and 10 at night.
And this is important enough so that it's
Yeah, there's
and search somebody's house.
So-
What are you looking for?
So they are the investigators. Our role here was just securing the property. So the investigators have all the details. They drafted the search
And where
warrant.
are they?
Okay, and
We have investigators here.
I have this. There's nothing that says you guys can search my mom's phone.
Laura, you haven't
Okay.
read it.
I did read it. Don't you tell me
Laura.
I can't. I didn't read it.
Laura.
Where does it show that you can
Wait,
search
wait,
my mom's?
sir.
Laura, like I said, we did not draft the search
But
warrant.
it doesn't say you
Okay,
guys can search
okay.
my mom's phone.
Okay, I haven't gone through your mom's phone.
They took
Okay.
your phone, you said.
And Laura, just listen to me, okay? Just because we've set a phone aside doesn't mean that we're searching it.
Oh my God, this is the most insane thing I've ever seen.
Just because we've done that, just like because we've put you guys in here.
Wait, so then you can't.
What are you looking for? That's what I want to know.
Sir, I can't tell you guys this enough. We are not searching the property. Maricopa County Attorney's Office is the one responsible for drafting this warrant and searching for evidence for their case. We have merely secured the property on their behalf. Any questions you have pertaining to this case and what property is to be seized, not seized, and search, you would have to get the answers through them because I don't
That's right,
know.
because they can't take your stuff. It says specifically on me, so they've taken your stuff, so we can report it to
Do you guys have any info for them?
Yeah, I'll
So-
wait for.
so-
You have David's number, and I need David's
So,
number.
ladies and sir, these are the county attorney office detectives. They have the intelligence and the information on the case. Any questions that you have, they may or may not be at liberty to answer based on the severity of the case or whatever they're investigating, but they are the ones with the information behind it. I do not have any information to provide you. Like I said, the Scottsdale Police Department, because you reside in Scottsdale, was tasked with securing the property. If you guys lived in Phoenix, Phoenix Police Department was, yes, sir, we can serve a warrant between 6:30.
You can, but I mean, isn't there a little bit of discretion involved? I mean, we're not talking about it.
Would you rather we serve it at noon where all your neighbors see the police here?
Oh yeah.
You would rather that?
Oh my
Okay.
God, yes.
Well,
At 6:30 in the morning
okay,
when my
well,
parents are asleep.
Well, we're well within the law to do that. Okay, so any questions?
Okay, so apparently they can serve search warrants in this county between 6:30 a.m. and 10 p.m. Personally, I think that's kind of stupid. Because some people are night owls, some people are morning people. A search warrant, a legal search warrant, should be able to be done at any hour of the day. Hey, Jermaine Down, thank you for your $5. Thank you so much. Remember when she was butthurt that the prosecutor wouldn't grant her disability accommodation? No, I missed that one. Wait, Laura Owens tried to file for disability? Laura Owens, being an entitled little bitch is not a disability, it's a choice. Oh, daytime warrants. Probably we can get special warrants for any time. Yeah, okay. Thank you, guys, for educating me as well. And Tammy Fayette gifted a membership. Thank you so much. And it was received by M169. Thank you so much. You guys are so generous today. Thank you so much. That is so nice. Ow, Jesus. Mr. Jingles, for the love of all holy, when you boop, don't boop with claws, please. Oh.
That you have pertaining to the case, the county attorney's office detectives can answer those.
Now where are my dogs?
Your dogs are still in the casita.
Both of the dogs.
Yep, they're both in there.
Because one of them falls into the pool.
Nope, it's not going to happen because they're both in there.
Ow! Anything in here that my mom has. Okay, so you guys are, I think you said you guys were the county attorney.
They're with the county attorney's office.
They'll be able to answer your questions.
You still on tape? I got the doorbell camera too. Want them clearing out of here? Okay. So I think you guys are good. So we'll let our dispatchers know that you guys are still here investigating.
Yep.
So if you guys need help, I don't think we have comms with you guys.
Okay.
But if you needed us to respond, just 911 or whatever.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Hey guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate all your help. Bye.
I want to see the rest of it. Aww. M169, thank you so much for your $5 saying Laura claims she was recently diagnosed with autism. I'm calling BS on that. Yeah, I would highly doubt she's on the spectrum. She's highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. Being an entitled bitch is not a disability. Yeah, I wish the investigators had body cams too. I really wish they did. Oh, that was fun. Seeing Laura Owens get a reality check. I mean, calling David Gindras and then afterwards claiming she did not. Resisting. But it seems like resisting is not one of the charges. Oh. What did you say, Dave? Hello, Dave. Definitely is not disability because I don't feel disabled. All right. Yeah. So that was the raid. And it was actually quite fun to see when, because she's so used to getting her way. So when people show up that really don't give a fuck. But will she learn from this? No. I doubt it. I really, really doubt that. Because she's been getting everything she wants since birth. And yeah. I want more body cams. Oh, I wish we could see what happened in there when she found out the charges. And that accomplice, which is either her mother or David. And I mean, her only line of defense in this case, the criminal case, is blaming everything on David Gindras. There's no other defense that I can see. There's no other defense. Now, let's check out some other things here. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Because I got the request that we should read something. This something. Dun dun dun. Let's see, can you see this properly? Oh, my overlay is kind of in the way. So, all right. Let's see what David Gindras has to say. Let's see. Oh, there's more here. Let's start with a motion to disqualify petitioner's counsel and go from there. Oh. That's not it. Is it? No. Dun, dun, dun. Where is that? I think we will start with this. Declaration of David Gindras of his motion to intervene, motion to strike, motion for sanctions, and motion for disciplinary referral to state bar. Oh, this is going to be golden. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, wait a minute. Where's... There. Let's see. Let's do the Laura song first.
Laura's got a secret, oh what a tale. She spins a wild story, sets sail without a sail. Fake baby bumps, she's got tricks up her sleeve, but the boys see through it, they just can't believe. Oh Laura, 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 what did you do? Play and pretend just to make it through. The boys fight back, they're standing tall. Laura's big surprise is no surprise at all. She points her finger, you're the bad guy now. But truth's got legs and it's taken a bow. Her plans unravel like a thread on a spool. Life's not a game and you're breaking the rules. Lies and lawsuits, so what a show. But justice is coming, it's starting to grow. You can't win hearts with tricks or a fight. The truth shines brighter than a starry night. Oh Laura, Laura, what did you do? Play and pretend just to make it through. The boys fight back, they're standing tall. Laura's big surprise is no surprise at all. So kids, remember, don't twist what's true. Life's much better when you just be you. Laura's learning the hard way it seems. Honesty's the hero in everyone's dreams. Oh Laura, Laura, what did you do? Play and pretend just to make it through. The boys fight back, they're standing tall. Laura's big surprise is no surprise at all.
Yeah. Megan Fox is not the only one who can do AI songs about the cases they cover. Oh, I have so many songs. But this is, I think, the only one on the Laura Owens case. I might do more. Yeah, and I think I uploaded this on my channel if you want to. Yeah, it's on my channel. If you want to hear that by itself or use it, I just posted the link to it in the YouTube chat. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I posted it in YouTube and Rumble chat as well. All right, but let's go with this one. Dun, dun, dun. My name is David S. Ginger Ass. I am a United States citizen, a resident of Arizona, and over 18 years, blah, 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 blah. Licensed to practice law in California and Arizona. Graduated from University of San Francisco School of Law in May 2000, where I was a member of the USF Law Review for 2 years. This has no bearing. That's just okay. I'm an active member in good standing with the state bars of Arizona and California, for now. Admitted to practice in good standing with the United States Court of Appeals, blah, 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 blah. I previously represented a woman, Laura Owens, in a case filed in the Maricopa County Superior Court here in Phoenix, entitled Owens versus Eckert. I was initially hired by Ms. Owens on March 25th, 2024. Shortly after being retained, I learned the case gained a large amount of attention on social media. Bullshit. You knew this from the start. You knew this. And probably the reason you took the case. My belief was the case attracted attention in part because of respondent Clayton Eckert was previously the star of popular reality TV dating show called The Bachelor. Yeah, and also, your client made everything about this case public until it came back to bite her in the ass, and then she played victim. Blah, blah, blah. In addition, the case also seemed to attract a large amount of attention due to the unusual allegation it involves. Specifically, Mr. Eckert accused Miss Owens of faking a pregnancy and then using that as leverage to force him into an unwanted romantic relationship. In addition, a court has ruled that Mr. Eckert was correct. So it's no longer accused because the case is done. It's proven in a court of law that Laura Michelle Owens is a pregnancy scammer. My work on Owens versus Eckert case was primarily limited to presenting legal arguments regarding certain Arizona rules of family law procedure. However, in addition to that work, I also assisted Laura pro bono with responding to inquiries about the case from lawyers, journalists, and others. Yeah, one person who inquired about the Owens versus Eckert case is a lawyer named Omar Serrato. I did not previously know Mr. Serrato, and I first became aware of him on May 23rd, 2024, when Laura forwarded an email Mr. Serrato sent asking questions about the case. After reviewing Mr. Serrato's questions, I sent him a lengthy email response. I believe my email to Mr. Serrato, which was sent with Laura's permission, was friendly, professional, and otherwise routine. Why are you disclosing, well, which was sent with Laura's permission, and now it's in court filing? Now, you idiot, you're talking about attorney-client privileged information. I simply answered Mr. Serrato's questions and asked him to let me know if he needed more information. I later learned that in addition to his law practice, Mr. Serrato has a YouTube channel called The Tilted Lawyer. So you are really, really bad at researching. I think, had you Googled Mr. Serrato's name, his YouTube channel shows up. So you're bad at that too. Oh. Jesus. Where he publishes videos commenting on various subjects. While I was not aware of this at the time, apparently Mr. Serrato had published a series of videos harshly attacking and criticizing Laura. How the fuck do you not know this? Because you're bad at what you do. Why wouldn't you just Google his name? Shortly after I sent the email to Mr. Serrato, everything is shortly after. I was surprised to see a video he posted discussing my email to him. Mr. Serrato's video was surprising because it was extremely negative and it contained statements which I believe to be both false and defamatory. It's hard to defame a person whose reputation is firmly lodged in his own asshole. Among other things, Mr. Serrato told his viewers about my email to him without actually showing the contents of the message, which you can. Mr. Serrato insulted me. Poor you. Described my email as extremely unprofessional. Although this may be an expression of Mr. Serrato's opinion, when viewed in context, I believe Mr. Serrato's video overall presented an intentionally false and misleading discussion of both the issues and my interactions with him. Over the last 20 years, I've handled hundreds of cases in state and federal courts across the country. Nobody cares. Including many high-profile cases involving major celebrities. Nobody cares. As part of that practice, I've dealt with significant media attention and inquiries from members of the public, including both journalists and other lawyers like Mr. Serrato. Nobody cares. Based on my experience, nobody cares. I know some journalists and commentators act in good faith, trying to present fair and neutral stories for their readers. Nobody cares. I also know, what the fuck is going on here? Nobody, this is not, oh, let me share my life story to the court. No. This is just rant. This is just ranting. I also know some journalists and commentators do not act in good faith. Instead, these people generally are not interested in the truth. They're only interested in crafting a self-serving narrative that they believe will be the most attractive to whatever audience they are focused on. Pot meet kettle. Pot meet kettle. Because all of this here is useless information. Useless. Based on my interactions with Mr. Serrato and my review of several of his videos, I quickly concluded he was not acting in good faith, and there was no reason to continue engaging with him regarding Laura's case. Instead, my impression was that Mr. Serrato was not a serious individual, and that he had no regard for truth or honesty. Look, pot meet kettle. For that reason, I generally declined any further interactions with him. So why the fuck are you writing this after you yeeted yourself from the case? Why? Why? Regarding Laura's request to renew the DVRO, in this case, I obviously understood I was a witness to many of the events on which her renewal request is based. Yeah, you tried to get Maraccini arrested. You were told by local police and the judge to shut the fuck up. Mr. Maraccini is not doing a crime. For that reason, I submitted a supporting declaration. At the time, Laura filed her request to renew the order, but I did not appear as a counsel of record. Because I'm licensed to practice law in both California and Arizona, I know each state has different rules limiting a lawyer's ability to represent a client in a matter where the lawyer may be a necessary witness. In fact, Arizona ethical rule expressly forbids lawyers from acting in a dual witness advocate role. Yeah. I think that is the actual standing in most of the world. Oh, look at this. California expressly permits lawyers to occupy that dual role as long as the client gives informed consent. Not entirely sure that is the case. I'm not entirely sure he is quoting that, because as you see, California version of Rule 3.7 is more lenient, but he doesn't quote it. So he's smart in that. He gives its interpretation, but he doesn't actually quote the case. The California version of Rule 3.7. Blah, blah, blah. In that case, here's just one such example from a case called Eccentric Ventures, blah, blah. Nobody fucking cares. Oh, look at me, I can follow the rules. Nobody cares. Blah, blah, blah. In this case, Miss Owens told me she was willing to provide informed, written consent to allow me to represent her while also acting as her counsel. However, under the circumstances, I felt the best option was to allow Miss Owens to file the renewal request on her own, with my support limited to the role of witness. Bullshit. You wrote her motion, and she signed it. That's my opinion. The situation changed after Mr. Maraccini retained Mr. Serrato as his counsel. Prior to this, Ms. Owens did not know whether Mr. Maraccini intended to challenge the DVRO renewal, and thus she did not know whether she was comfortable proceeding pro se or whether she felt the need for help from counsel. After Laura learned that Mr. Maraccini has retained Mrs. Serrato, she asked me to represent her on a limited basis for the purpose of appearing at the Zoom hearing held in this case on August 15, 2025. Because that hearing was non-substantive and did not involve any witness testimony, I agreed to appear remotely on Laura's behalf at that time. That's stupid. That's kind of stupid. Several days later, I had a lengthy phone conversation with Mr. Serrato. According to my phone record, the call lasted 66 minutes. Nobody cares. Also present on the call was a lawyer named Rachel Juarez, who has not appeared in this matter, but who I understand is also representing Mr. Maraccini in some unknown capacity. Nobody cares. During this discussion, Mr. Serrato and Ms. Juarez told me they believed I should not continue to represent Ms. Owens for various reasons. Among other things, they argue I had a present conflict of interest with Ms. Owens because last year, Mr. Maraccini filed a complaint against me with the State Bar of Arizona, which related to the same event at issue in this case. Yeah, that's kind of disqualifying. Mr. Serrato expressed his belief that because Mr. Maraccini accused me of misconduct in Arizona, that somehow created a conflict with Ms. Owens in this case, which made it impossible for me to represent her. No shit, Sherlock. No shit, Sherlock. I told Mr. Serrato I strongly disagreed with his anal ISIS. Without belaboring the details, I explained to Mr. Serrato that I saw no conflict at all, actual or potential, because you're a fucking moron, between myself and Ms. Owens with respect to this case. On the contrary, I saw our interests as entirely aligned and consistent, not in conflict. No. The bottom line is I firmly believe Mr. Maraccini broke the law. Everybody involved, including a judge, told you he did not break the law. And he violated this court's order to such an extent that the relief Laura is seeking in this case is factually and legally proper. This is true regardless of any other allegation about Laura's conduct in any other area. I do not agree that Mr. Maraccini's allegations against me, which I perceive as frivolous, have any bearing at all on my ability to represent Laura in this case. And yet, you yeeted yourself. In short, Mr. Maraccini has accused me of engaging in witness tampering. Because after I saw him violate this court's DVRO in Arizona, I contacted law enforcement to report what I believe was the commission of a federal crime. Jesus. Oh. Wow, who filed bankruptcy? Ron Owens filed bankruptcy. So, Mommy and Daddy Owens has filed for bankruptcy with $2.3 million in debt. By retaliating against me with a bar complaint based on my decision to contact law enforcement, his bar complaint came after the judge told you in no uncertain terms that Mr. Maraccini was not in violation because the subpoena was legal. And we are told that by the judge. You have the option to appeal that decision. And if the court still say you're a fucking moron, it's not retaliation. Blah, blah, blah. For that reason, I firmly rejected Mr. Serrato's argument that it would be unethical or improper for me to continue representing Laura in this matter. Nevertheless, in the abundance of caution and with the goal of reducing the contentiousness of this case, after discussing the situation with Laura, I decided I would continue to participate in this matter as a supporting witness, but I would not act as a Laura's attorney in any capacity regarding this case. So why are you filing this pile of garbage? Yeah, this is just, I'm right, they're wrong. Jesus Christ. I called Mr. Serrato to inform him of this decision on August 16. According to my phone records, that call lasted 16 minutes. Nobody cares. All of this could have been down to a few bullet points, but this guy is mentally unable to not rant. During the call, I told Mr. Serrato I no longer represented Miss Owens with respect to this case. Well, so why? I firmly believe that this is on paper only, and that he actually writes Miss Owens' filings. I also told him that I would continue to participate as a witness, but beyond that, Laura would be representing herself, and that he should contact directly if he had any further questions about the case. Following our telephone discussion on August 21st, Mr. Serrato sent me an email asking me to confirm in writing that I no longer represented Laura in this case. I immediately David, do you mind sending a quick email verifying in writing you're not going to represent Laura? He replied, yes, this confirms, as we discussed on the phone today, I'm not going to represent Laura any further in the Maraschini matter in San Francisco. As we also discussed, despite the single appearance I already did in the Maraschini matter, my notice of appearance was somehow rejected by the court for technical reasons. Oh. Somehow rejected by the court? Yeah. Thus, the docket does not show me as Laura's counsel of record. Because I'm not counsel of record, I do not believe I need to formally withdraw. Since I have not yet formally appeared, here is why Omar sent in the disqualification thing. Because even though he says I'm not going to represent Laura any further, when he says I do not believe I need to formally withdraw, he contradicts himself, making this piece of garbage. So, with belt and suspenders, of course, Omar is going to file for disqualification. You said you agree with that view, blah, 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 blah. Unfortunately, although I believe I sent the email to Mr. Serrato shown above, the next morning I saw the email to Mr. Serrato appear to still be open and unsent on my desktop. You can't even send an email? Based on this, it was not clear that... Were you that drunk? Jesus. Based on this, it was not clear that the message was sent or delivered, so the following morning I sent a shorter second email shown below, which again confirmed I no longer represent Laura. As we discussed on the phone yesterday, I no longer represent Laura in the Maraschini DVRO matter. Yeah, all of this is making it a bit jumbled up. So yeah, belts and suspenders. Belts and suspenders. A few minutes later, I received a reply. Yep. Based on these events, I was shocked when I learned that August 25th, Mr. Serrato filed a motion to disqualify me from acting as Laura's counsel in this case. One of the many reasons I decided not to continue representing Miss Owens was to avoid even the mere appearance of impropriety, even though I believe Mrs. Serrato's conflict of interest arguments were spacious. I also did not want to burden this court with needless motion practice over the propriety of my participation. So why are you writing all of this? All you had to do was, I accept the disqualification. And off you fuck. But I do believe that Mr. Gindrass doesn't want to be officially disqualified because he, in my personal opinion, is still representing Laura behind the scenes and helping her with her court documents. And if there's a formal disqualification and the court find out that he still helps Laura Owens pro bono, he's in deep shit. Deep shit. The simple fact is that regardless of whether I act as Laura's counsel of record, I am still a percipient witness in this case. Thus, if Laura represents herself without counsel, I can and will tell this court what I saw and will testify about the events leading up to this point. For that reason, I did not think remaining as Laura's counsel of record was sufficiently important to justify challenging Mr. Serrato's position, even though I disagree with it. So why the fuck do you write all of this? It is clear to me that Mr. Serrato intentionally lied to this court about the facts and has attempted to actively mislead this court about the truth. So that would be in your testimony that we all can laugh at. This conclusion is based on, among other things, the extremely careful wording shown below, wherein Mr. Serrato claims that I told him both verbally and in writing that I do not intend to represent Laura Owens in this proceeding. Yeah. And here, Omar continues, this motion is to ensure that he is in fact disqualified from representation. Yeah. Folks, I intend to win the lottery. Yeah. Still won't happen. Or, what's her face? Amber Heard. I intend to give money to charity. Never happened. Intentions are meaningless unless they are followed up by actions. I believe Mr. Serrato used this line to make it appear that he did not completely lie to the court. After all, he kind of mentions the written and verbal discussion between counsel, but rather than telling the court what I actually said, that I no longer represent Laura in this case. Do you have a recording? I bet you don't. Mr. Serrato changed the quote to make it appear far more uncertain and unequivocal. Mr. Serrato avowed that I am continuing to represent Ms. Owens in this case, and that I somehow refuse to clarify that the attorney-client relationship has actually been terminated. Well, you haven't. Not even in this. Not even in your own filing. And then he goes on to blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I mean, this is garbage, folks. This is absolute garbage. So let's see. Let's hope that this is the answer. October 1st. When was this other thing? September 12th. October 1st. Oh. Declaration of Omar Serrato in support of ex parte application seeking to shorten time for David Gingerass's motion to intervene, a respondent's motion to disqualify David Gingerass. Have you, by the way, folks, have you pushed the thumbs up button yet? Have you? Yeah? Come on. You know you do. It's free. Helps the channel. Omar Serrato, I'm an attorney licensed in California. Counsel of record for Martini. I have personal knowledge of the facts stated below and could completely testify to them if called. This declaration provides the factual showing of good cause and the need for expedited relief in support of respondent's ex parte application for order shortening time to hear intervener David S. Gingerass's motion to intervene. Blah, 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 blah. The motions are ready to be heard without additional briefing. and the disqualification motion is not expected to be opposed. The respondent's opposition to David Gindras's motions are included in this filing. The underlying case is petitioner Laura Owens' application to renew a DVRO, first issued in 2018, renewed in 2020 through July 10th, 2025, and now sought to be made permanent. The respondent requested, and the court set a multi-day evidentiary hearing. Attorney David Gindras is a percipient witness to disputed facts central to the renewal, including the June 10th, 2024 Arizona courthouse incident. By his own descriptions, he contacted law enforcement about respondent on that date. Respondent contends that the conduct was improper and a bar investigation is pending. These circumstances raise Rule 3.7, lawyer witness, and Rule 1.7, current client, conflict concerns that directly threaten the integrity of the evidentiary hearing if unresolved. September 12th, 2025, intervener filings and collateral disputes. On September 12th, Mr. Gindras, styling himself as an intervener, filed papers seeking to intervene, to strike respondent's disqualification motion, to impose sanctions under Code Civic Procedure, and obtain a disciplinary referral against me. These filings inject attorney-focused collateral disputes that risk derailing trial preparation and delaying the DVRO hearing. I did not receive a 21-day safe harbor service of any sanctions motion before those papers were filed. There is good cause to shorten time, so these threshold issues can be decided before the DVRO evidentiary hearing, as Gindras's motions are procedurally defective, and the motion to disqualify David Gindras by Gindras's account will be unopposed. The hearings are currently scheduled for the same date as the long cause trial of October 21st, 2025. They enlarge the case with collateral attorney-centric disputes and will otherwise upend trial preparation. Deciding them now promotes judicial economy and prevents avoidable continuances. Yeah, Mr. Rule 26 didn't do a safe harbor. Mr. Gindras is a witness with personal disciplinary exposure on the same facts, allowing his role to remain unresolved. Risk Rule 3.7, 1.7 complications during the evidentiary hearing itself. No additional briefing is necessary to decide either motion, and the respondent's opposition to intervention is already prepared, and the disqualification motion is not expected to be opposed. Shortened time, therefore, will not prejudice any party and will conserve judicial resources. Respondent requires rule on these matters on the pleadings, or in the alternative, that the court special set motions for hearing on the date of the ex parte, October 2nd, yesterday, or the earliest available date before the DVRO evidentiary hearing, and that the court order shortened time, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that was that. And is this the spicy one? Is this the spicy one? Filed October 1st. Introduction. Yeah, here's this. I believe is the spicy one, the one that you actually wanted me to read. On August 25th, 2025, respondent moved to disqualify attorney David S. Gindras from representing petitioner. The motion focused on Gindras's conflict of interest, both in defending his past conduct and due to advocate witness rule, a legal principle that prohibits an attorney from acting as both an advocate and a necessary witness in the same proceeding. Respondent argued Gindras's need to defend himself in a pending state bar investigation involving respondent and his role as a witness to key disputed events made him unfit to continue as counsel. On September 12th, Gindras, not a party to this case, responded with a wide array of counter motions, calling himself an intervener. He seeks leave to intervene in this family law action for the limited purpose of pursuing sanctions against respondent's counsel. An order striking the motion disqualify in its entirety. monetary sanctions against Respondents' Counsel on the Code of Civil Procedure based on allegations that this disqualification motion was frivolous and filed in bad faith. A disciplinary referral of Respondents' Counsel to the State Bar of California premised on the same accusations of misconduct. Gindras's filing attempts to inject issues about opposing counsel's conduct into the DVRO process, referencing matters outside the court's purview, such as YouTube commentary and social media, because these filings could disrupt the DVRO schedule and impede respondents' trial preparation. Prompt resolution is necessary. Accordingly, the respondent brings the present request for order shortening time, ensuring Gindras's motions are resolved before the DVRO renewal trial proceeds. This transition clarifies the direct link between disruptions described above and the action now sought. Procedural history. Yeah, we all know this. Blah, 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 2018 to 2020, 2020 to 2025. On July 10th, Owens sought a second DVRO renewal with the intention of making it permanent. Respondent, who maintains Owens' claims were fabricated, vigorously contests the renewal and has requested a multi-day evidentiary hearing. David Gindras, an Arizona attorney specializing in internet defamation, became involved in the Owens-Maraschini dispute prior to the latest renewal request. In June 2024, he represented Owens in an Arizona trial and objected to Maraschini's role as a subpoenaed witness. Maraschini was lawfully subpoenaed to testify in that Arizona case. Despite this, Gindras tried to invoke the California DVRO to block Maraschini's testimony. As stated in Gindras' declaration, he contacted law enforcement on June 10th to have Maraschini arrested for attending the court proceeding. Law enforcement denied Gindras' request, finding Maraschini was not violating the DVRO as a subpoenaed witness. This led to a state bar complaint against Gindras. The resulting investigation found probable cause and is proceeding to disciplinary action. Exhibit A, correspondence from Arizona State Bar. A hearing on Owens' renewal took place on August 15, 2025. Gindras, representing Owens, proposed a short hearing while Maraschini requested a long cause trial. Maraschini's request was granted. Following the August 15, 2025 hearing, attorneys Omar Serrato and Rachel Juarez, defending Maraschini, held a conference call to discuss the case. Meant to last 5 minutes, the call lasted over an hour, focusing mostly on Gindras' personal vendettas, impeding Arizona State Bar discipline, and DUI arrests. Plural. Yes, David Gindras is now facing charges for his second DUI. He was pulled over not that far from Miss Owens' residence. Drunk as a damn kite. Gindras spoke rapidly and struggled to focus. He said he needed Maraschini to testify to support his Arizona State Bar defense. Yeah? What? No! Well, you can try to subpoena him, but I think that is bad faith. I then told him that this was a conflict of interest, as it brought his personal concerns into the case. Based on that discussion, I filed a motion to disqualify due to an obvious Rule 1.7 conflict affecting these proceedings. I prepared the motion and told Gindras I would e-serve the documents. Gindras then said he would not continue representing Owens and sent written confirmation. As trial neared and ethic concerns persisted, counsel filed for Gindras' disqualification on August 25th, 2025, to prevent delay, questioning whether he would voluntarily withdraw. The motion was expected to be unopposed and aimed at removing distractions before trial. The disqualification motion cited two ethical grounds: the advocate witness role, which posits that Gindras, as a necessary witness of key facts, would face a conflict if he continued advocating in the case, and this could prejudice the trial. And two, Jindras's personal conflict due to his pending disciplinary case, which creates a self-interest that might influence his conduct in the proceeding. The motion noted Jindras intended to withdraw and stated it was likely unopposed by Owens, seeking to formalize his exit and protect proceedings from further distractions. Jindras can still attempt to re-enter this case. Rather than withdrawing, Jindras responded to the disqualification motion by filing a motion to intervene, motion to strike, motion for sanction, and motion for disciplinary referral against Serrato. Jindras accuses Serrato of court fraud and gross misconduct. He claims, "I misled the court about Jindras as being Owens' counsel. The disqualification motion was frivolous, filed in bad faith, and intended to harass him. And I'm using court filings to run social media campaign to smear him and build my YouTube presence." Jindras asked the court to impose monetary sanctions and attorney's fees on Serrato, strike the motion to disqualify, declare violations of multiple rules of professional conduct, and refer Serrato to the state bar. Granting these demands would punish and potentially silence Serrato. Jindras's filings feature heated rhetoric and personal attacks. For example, accusing Serrato of arrogantly and menacingly boasting about violence, calling his YouTube work sleazy, and describing the disqualification motion as a scheme to defame Jindras online. Points of authorities. Under California Code Civil Proceeding, permissive intervention, a procedural device allowing the non-party to join ongoing litigation with the court's discretion, is appropriate only when a non-party demonstrates a direct and immediate interest in the action. A direct and immediate interest means the non-party will gain or lose legal rights based on the outcome of the judgment itself. In contrast, if the impact on the non-party is merely indirect or consequential, intervention is not permitted under this standard. The permissive intervention statute balances the interest of others who will be affected by the judgment against the interest of the original parties in pursuing the litigation without being burdened by others. If proper procedures are followed, the court has discretion to permit a non-party to intervene in litigation pending between others, provided that the non-party has a direct and immediate interest in the litigation. The intervention will not enlarge the issues in the case, and the reason for intervention outweigh any opposition by existing party. Jindras lacks direct and immediate interest in the DVRO proceedings. Jindras seeks intervention in a domestic violence restraining order renewal case between Laura Owens and Michael Maracchini. The underlying dispute concerns whether Owens should receive a permanent restraining order against Maracchini. Jindras has no direct interest in the merits of the restraining order request, as that dispute is strictly between the actual parties. Jindras' stated interest relates entirely to his personal reputation and desire to avoid sanctions, which are collateral to the subject matter of the litigation. His motion seeks relief solely against opposing counsel Omar Serrato, including monetary sanctions, striking of motions, and disciplinary referral. These personal grievances against an attorney do not constitute the type of direct and immediate interest, meaning a stake in the outcome of the case itself, that California law requires for intervention. Whether the restraining order is granted or denied will have no direct legal operation or effect on Jindras, as he is neither the petitioner seeking protection nor the respondent from whom protection is sought. Yeah, he's just the lawyer. He should have zero interest. Any impact on his reputation, which is barely non-existent, or professional standing would be indirect and speculative, which is insufficient to support intervention. C. Attorneys cannot intervene to pursue personal relief in client actions. California courts have specifically addressed the improper use of intervention by attorneys seeking personal relief in their clients' cases, because an attorney is very unlikely to meet the criteria to intervene and become a party to the underlying action. The fundamental rule is that the attorney is not a party to the client's action and cannot appear on his or her own behalf to seek any relief in that action, including enforcement of a contractual lien against the proceeds of the judgment. Case law. The limitation is founded on the fundamental principle that one who is not a party to a proceeding may not make a motion therein. After the client obtains a judgment, the attorneys must bring a separate, independent action against the client to establish the existence of the lien, to determine the amount of lien, and to enforce it. This principle applies equally to Jindras's situation. If he believes he's been wronged by opposing counsel's conduct, the appropriate remedy is through separate proceedings, not intervention in the underlying case. The law requires a, quote, specific present interest in the subject matter of the action, rather than merely a collateral interest in the proceedings. Contentions of falsehoods that are demonstrably false do not qualify. And it goes on and on and on and on. Is there anything? Let's see here. The authority to describe. Yeah, most of this is legal. Okay, here, let's see. Jindras's indication that he wouldn't continue as counsel does not render the motion improper. If anything, it confirms the motion's point. Jindras was bound to become inflamed at Maricini's characterization of the evidence, and the risk in not filing this motion to disqualify was Jindras entering at the 11th hour to disrupt proceedings. His sensitivities are on full display in his moving papers. Serrato filing simply ensured that Jindras's withdrawal was made official under a cloud of conflict, so that he could not later re-enter or influence the trial on behalf of Owens. This was a prudent step given the stakes. In sum, there's nothing to strike. This disqualification motion was a proper filing addressing matters within the court's purview. It should simply be heard on its merits if it has not been mooted by events. Jindra's Rule 3.1322 gambit is a misuse of procedural rules. The court should deny the motion to strike. And then they go on to A. Jindras promised false statements to the court. They do not exist, so he provided them himself. Oh, shade! Shade! Jindras's motions hinges on the accusation that Serrato lied to the court in the disqualification motion. The supposed lies boil down to 3 statements in Mr. Serrato's filing, as identified by Mr. Jindras. 1. That Jindras continues to represent Ms. Owens in this case. 2. That Jindras has personal conflict of interest that materially limits his ability to represent petitioner due to a pending state bar proceeding. That allowing Jindras to continue as counsel would prejudice respondents' rights and undermine the integrity of the proceedings. The first alleged representation was never made. This allegation from Jindras is a blatant lie to the court. The motion stated specifically, David Jindras has since indicated to counsel Omar Serrato, both verbally and in writing, that he does not intend to represent Laura Owens in these proceedings. Serrato was forthcoming about the conversation. If the motion nonetheless referenced allowing Jindras to continue as counsel, it would be after the disclosure of Jindras's intent and completely moot unless Jindras attempted to continue as Owens' counsel. Jindras was counsel at the August 15 hearing and had not filed any withdrawal. Serrato never received a notice of limited scope representation, but a 66-minute phone call was had where Jindras discussed continuing the October hearing for months to allow time to litigate. He spoke as a man who intended to represent Laura Owens. After the motion was drafted to disqualify Ginras, he then stated his intention not to represent Owens. Serrato's phrasing "does not intend to represent" was a fair description of the situation. It left open the possibility that intentions might change or needed to be formalized by court order. There was nothing malicious or deceptive here. In fact, Gindras's own declaration reveals the real disagreement. He wishes Serrato had worded it as "no longer represent" instead of "does not intend to represent." Quibbling over verb tenses is not grounds for sanctions. The substance was conveyed to the court that Gindras was stepping aside, which is true. There was no false statement of material fact. The second allegation. Everything Serrato stated about conflict was factually supported. Gindras is the subject of a pending state bar disciplinary proceeding arising out of his conduct toward respondent in this case. That is true and was supported by evidence. Gindras does not deny the disciplinary case exists or that it involves the June 2024 incident with Mr. Maracini, which is what he should do if he's going to represent those statements as lies, lest he himself materially misrepresent material facts to the court. Moreover, Gindras has stated he intends to use this case to elicit testimony from Maracini that will aid in his defense in that bar proceeding. That statement is supported by Serrato's declaration and the declaration of Rachel Juarez, who was a percipient witness to the phone call referenced by Gindras. Gindras has never refuted that he made such statements. Indeed, it aligns with common sense that he would want to clear his name by extracting favorable testimony. These facts lead to a straightforward conclusion. Gindras has a personal stake in the case, defending himself from discipline. That would conflict with Owens' interests. For example, Gindras might conduct the DVRO trial or advise Owens in a way designed to justify his past actions, rather than solely focusing on Miss Owens' current protection needs. This is a classic Rule 1.7 concurrent conflict scenario. Whether Gindras agrees that it, quote, materially limits his representation is irrelevant. If he disagreed, he could have represented Owens and opposed the motion to disqualify. It is a reasonable assessment of risk, not a knowingly false factual assertion. Whatever the characterization, when we argue the interpretation of facts, there is no lie. Third allegation. This statement is plainly an expression of legal opinion or argument, not an objectively verifiable fact that can be true or false. Serrato asserted that if Mr. Gindras were allowed to continue as counsel despite the conflict and witness issues, respondents' rights would be prejudiced and the proceedings' integrity would be undermined. Gindras bizarrely calls this a lie. This statement is plainly an expression of legal opinion or argument, not an objectively verifiable fact that can be true or false. Serrato genuinely believed and still believes that this is true. There is a solid foundation for this opinion. An advocate-witness situation inherently threatens the fairness of a trial as recognized by California case law. Likewise, with a personal agenda could skew the presentation of evidence in ways that harm the opposing party. One may disagree about the degree of prejudice, but treating this as a knowing falsehood is absurd. It's advocacy. Importantly, the court is fully capable of judging for itself whether such prejudice would exist. Serrato wasn't hiding anything that would prevent this court from making an informed decision. No sanctionable misconduct can be predicated on this kind of statement. Serrato did not violate Rule 3.3. He did not knowingly make a false statement of fact or law. He presented facts supported by evidence and arguments supported by law. Gindras did something else. Gindras' own filings confirmed the core facts. He appeared as counsel on August 15, withdrew, and had a personal entanglement with the case. Far from misleading the court, Serrato acquitted the court with the relevant information, even quoting Gindras's intent to withdraw. Gindras appears to be satisfying an inability to avoid involvement in this case. If Gindras felt a nuance needed clarification, that could have been handled through a straightforward opposition or a simple notice to the court that he was no longer representing Miss Owens. Instead, he shows scorched earth accusations. The court should firmly reject the notion that any false statement occurred here and consider whether or not Gindras himself has ironically misrepresented material fact to this court. The disqualification motion was neither frivolous nor filed to harass. By any objective measure, Serrato's motion to disqualify was supported by an ample factual and legal basis. It's therefore not frivolous. Nor was it filed for the sole purpose of harassing Gindras. Serrato articulated concrete conflicts of interest and cited on-point case law in this motion. This easily clears the low bar of, quote, any reasonable basis needed to avoid a frivolous finding. It is worth highlighting the timeline. Mr. Serrato filed the motion promptly after the August 15 hearing, in preparation for a trial that was fast approaching. This timing served to resolve counsel issues before trial, not out of delay or malice. Owens was expected not to oppose the motion, which undercuts any claim that it was meant to harass. The motion targeted Gindras's participation. Far from being vexatious, the motion to disqualify aimed to ensure a fair and orderly proceeding. It sought to prevent prejudice to respondent and protect the court's process, in line with an attorney's duty. More importantly, it foresaw the scenario where Gindras, after reading Maraccini's characterizations of the facts that necessarily opposed Gindras's sworn declaration, would be triggered enough to attempt to re-enter proceedings as counsel for Owens. Gindras's intervention confirms the risk we flagged. It is a backdoor merits brief and a vehicle to re-enter as de facto counsel. Yeah. But because Gindras simply can't stay away, because even though he is indirectly affected by this trial, he's not directly. That's the whole issue here. And also, depending on the testimony from Mr. Maraccini and other people involved, I assume there will be affidavits filed from the local police, what Gindras tried to do against a legal subpoena. If that is entered into the court papers, that will be used against him in the state bar proceedings. But that is still indirectly, not directly. And for Gindras to appear as counsel for Laura Owens would mean self-interest. Not out of, oh, I care so much about Laura Owens and her case. It's solely to protect himself. Meaning the risk of making bad judgment call and doing bad legal advice in this trial. He's risking Laura Owens. The disqualification motion anticipated exactly what has now occurred. After reading respondent Maraccini's statement of facts, blah, 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 yeah. Where was I? Gindras was triggered to reinsert himself into this case, unable and ethically barred to cure the problem as petitioner's trial advocate. He instead styled himself as an intervener and lodged a motion that purports to police material misrepresentation, but in substance rehashes and advocates the merits of the DVRO renewal and attempts to rehabilitate his own declaration. That is precisely the scenario the Rule 3.7 is designed to prevent. a lawyer witness trying to argue the case from counsel table and the witness stand at the same time, hereby converting a sanctions intervention filing into a surrogate trial brief. Gindras says his motion is about candor to the tribunal. The paperwork says otherwise. Most of his pages are spent recasting the June 10, 2024 incident and other DVRO facts, previewing his testimony, attacking respondent's credibility, and defending his own conduct, subject he has already sworn to in a declaration. That is not misrepresenting policing. It is merits advocacy by a necessary witness, and it is exactly why respondent moved to disqualify. Once Gindras' narrative is disputed, he cannot resist litigating himself, either by trying to return as Owens' advocate, or as here by using an intervention vehicle to function as advocate in all but name. The result of Gindras filing this motion to intervene are the following: abuse of procedure and court processes, circumvention of Rule 3.7, conflicts and credibility becomes the sideshow, allowing non-party lawyer to use motion practice to defend his own credibility and attack respondent's version drags the court into collateral trial about the lawyer, not the parties. That is exactly what respondent warned would happen. It burdens the court, distracts from the merits, and forces respondent to litigate against opposing counsel as a fact advocate, rather than confining Mr. Gindras to his proper role as a witness. Gindras' filing do not remedy any supposed misrepresentation. They confirm the need for disqualification. They are a merits-driven attempt to re-enter the fray and shape the factual record through attorney argument instead of admissible testimony. The court should 1. Deny leave to intervene, or strictly cabin any leave to the threshold non-merits issues. 2. Disregard factual advocacy in the intervention sanctions briefing as improper. And 3. Set the matter on a clean track where Mr. Gindras appears only as a witness, and petitioner proceeds with conflict-free counsel. Gindras' characterization of the disqualification motion as having no purpose other than to harass is unsustainable. His briefing maligns Serrato's motives, claiming a personal obsession and a vendetta. But the record tells a different story. Serrato's actions were precipitated by Mr. Gindras' own extraordinary conduct and the ensuing ethical entanglements. A lawyer who moves to disqualify a opposing counsel due to genuine conflict is doing his job, not engaging in harassment. To hold otherwise would shield attorneys from raising legitimate ethic issues for fear of personal sanctions. Gindras' accusation regarding YouTube videos and rhetoric are irrelevant and overblown. Gindras levels an extraordinary allegation that Serrato threatened Owens and her now former counsel with physical violence in YouTube videos. That is not mere rhetorical flourish. It is an accusation that an officer of the court made criminal threats. If true, it would be disqualifying, but it is not true. The record is empty of any threat. The videos Gindras cites are still publicly accessible, and complete transcripts are readily available. They contain no threats of violence towards anyone, neither Owens nor Gindras, nor does any video in Serrato's catalog. What Gindras points to boils down to a single colloquial phrase, "want the smoke," and B, a satirical, obviously doctored thumbnail image used for comedic effect. In context, "do you want the smoke" is common slang for "do you want the conflict/challenge?" Typically understood as figurative and often verbal conflict. It is not a literal promise of bodily harm. California law requires a true threat, not rhetoric or hyperbole. A punishable or sanctionable threat requires words that, in context and in light of the surrounding circumstances, convey a serious expression of an intent to commit unlawful violence, and are made with a specific intent that they be taken as threat. Ambiguous or hyperbolic language, satire, and rhetorical bravado, particularly in public commentary about a matter of public interest, does not constitute a true threat. Here, the slang phrase and a meme-style graphic fall squarely on the rhetorical side of the line. There is no direct statements of intent to inflict harm, no immediacy, no directive, no targeted menace, and no evidence anyone experienced a sustained fear. Penal Code 422 contemplates. On this record, the legal threshold for a true threat is not remotely met. Context, Gindras omits. The videos predate Serrato's representation and were part of a public legal debate. Gindras also fails to tell the court that the cited videos was published before Serrato even ever appeared as counsel in this case, and during a period when Gindras himself was producing content and engaging publicly about the same issues. Serrato was acting as a legal commentator in a widely followed public controversy, driven largely by the Owens versus Eckerd saga. The two lawyers exchanged content critiquing each other's legal position, including procedural ethical issues. Serrato and Gindras exchanged content regarding a legal debate about a federal Rule 11 and its application to Arizona family law. At no time during the production of those videos had Gindras ever raised the idea that threats of violence were proffered. However, several members of the public who follow this case have commented that Gindras produced video content with firearms in the background, that they perceived as threats to Serrato and others who had fallen out of favor with Gindras for disagreeing with him. It is observed that much of Gindras' online content, including social media posts and YouTube videos, is no longer publicly accessible. While the Arizona State Bar is conducting an ongoing investigation concerning his public conduct on these platforms, the reasons for the removal of this content have not been expressly disclosed in the record before the court. Irrelevance and prejudice, even if the court credited Gindras' spin. Even if the court were to accept Gindras' strained reading of slang and satire, none of the third-party YouTube ephemera is relevant to the questions actually before the court, whether Serrato's filing were frivolous or in bad faith, or whether Gindras can ethically continue in a due role. Injecting screenshots in internet slang only invites confusion and undue consumption of time, and distracts from the merits. And to the extent Gindras is relying on third-party creators' commentary to bolster his narrative, that material is hearsay, often multiple hearsay, typically unauthenticated and not attributable to respondents' counsel in any event. Gindras' theory that Mr. Serrato filed the motion to disqualify to create new YouTube content is unsupported and unreasonable. Serrato filed one motion on a serious issue and has not created any content related to Owens or Gindras since entering this case in August 2025. He cannot control the content practices of other creators who continue to cover this case because of the public interest in Owens' conduct. Hey Gindras, I'm one of those. Are you going to write about me? I doubt it. This is too small of a channel for that. Make my channel bigger, folks. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. You know the drill. Gindras' online war with the public who follows this case threaten lawsuits, retaliatory takedowns, and direct attacks on respondents' counsel. A striking portion of Gindras' filing is devoted to YouTube videos and commentary created by people other than respondents' counsel, complete with screenshots and links, including a court of random opinion video. Hey, Lauren, hey, you're named. Hey, you're in here. Oh. Well, that was funny. Gindras' declaration likewise parades thumbnails and insults he attributes to the Tilted Lawyer channel and friends, again conflating independent creator speech with litigation conduct in this case. This is telling. His true dispute is with those third-party commentators, not with any action or tactic by Serrato cognizable under sanction statutes. That matters for at least 5 independent reasons. Sanctions must target litigation conduct, irrelevance and prejudice, hearsay, lack of foundation and authentication, No duty and no power to police independent speakers. Safe harbor theory collapses when the harm is third-party speech. Further, he attempts to create a media storm by previewing his motion for sanctions, teasing its filing, commenting on it publicly, and blogging about it for days after the filing, perhaps as a gouge to see how his arguments with the public would be perceived. He wanted the attention, he invited the attention, and was anxious to see the public react to his filing. And let me just briefly allow me to disclose my actual feelings about Mr. Gindras's filings. Yeah. Oh. At bottom, this court is not the forum to settle Gindras's dispute with YouTubers. His motion lays that bare. Rather than confine himself to alleged misstatements in a court filing, which he never identifies with specificity, he spends page after page litigating the internet, a campaign that is neither relevant nor cognizable under the sanction rules. The court should sustain respondents' evidentiary objections. Blah blah blah. Disregard the YouTube-based material and arguments and deny the requested sanction and strike relief. To the extent these third-party exhibits were offered as a proxy to re-argue the merits of the DVRO or to rehabilitate Mr. Gindras's own declaration, that only confirms why he cannot ethically continue in a dual role. He has attempted to prosecute a broad public relations grievance through this case. As further evidence of his deep obsession with third-party content creators, the court should be aware that he has a long history of threatening and publicly feuding with content creators who don't agree with him. Content creator Dave Neal publicly documented receiving a threatening email from Mr. Gindras, which was tied to Neal's critical coverage. Additionally, Neal has separately covered Gindras's repeated defamation and threat rhetoric towards creators who have discussed this case. Hey, Neal is in here too. Investigative journalist Megan Fox, how's your hair? Reports that Mr. Gindras, with co-counsel, demanded that coverage stop immediately or change to favor the clients. As she has repeatedly noted, Gindras's defamation lawsuit threats directed at independent reporters. Beyond threats, Gindras has weaponized DMCA takedowns. On his own law firm blog, he boasts that YouTube approved his copyright strike against a small critic, Loud Little Ducky, and celebrates the takedown, justice for dingus. Expressly linking his strike to the creator's criticism of the respondent's disqualification motion. Oh, will you try to fuck with me? Oh, I'm going to fuck back. The same blog series is used to attack the respondent's counsel personally. Gindras accuses Omar Serrato of having straight up lied to the court, announcing he moved to intervene solely to seek sanction and a state bar referral against Serrato, an unequivocally defamatory statement that was published for anyone who follows this case to see. These episodes are not isolated. They form a pattern, part of a pattern in which Mr. Gindras threatens legal actions, bar complaints, copyright takedowns, demand letters, notices against content creators who critique or report on the Owens litigation. The timing, language, and frequency of these threats suggest they are being used to suppress public criticism. How's that going, Gindras? And defend Gindras's personal reputation. This pattern of behavior has predictably spilled into the pleadings in Owens' DVRO renewal request. This motion should be Exhibit A, demonstrating Gindras's involvement in the case is not only as counsel for petitioner, but also as an actor seeking to control public discourse, and role incompatible with fair, impartial representation under rules 1.7 and 3.7. Not adhere to the safe harbor procedure, blah, 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 blah. Failed to comply with the safe harbor provision. Exception audience do not apply. Alleged harm does not justify bypassing the safe harbor. No. Extreme request for disciplinary referral should be rejected. Yeah, that's just stupid. Conclusion. Let's go to the conclusion. Gingeras's motions are an unnecessary and inflammatory tangent to the real issues in this case. Gingeras chose to inject himself into this proceeding, and when met with rightful resistance through a well-grounded disqualification motion, he retaliated with personal attacks and meritless requests. The court should not allow this approach. Serrato's conduct did not violate any laws or rules to warrant sanctions or disciplinary actions. By contrast, Gingeras's findings exemplify the scorched earth tactics that waste judicial resources and turn a domestic violence case into a personal grudge match. Respondent and his counsel urged the court to bring the focus back to the parties' dispute and put a stop to the peripheral attorney feud. Denying Mr. Gingeras's motions will send that message clearly. We ask the court to do so and allow Owens versus Maricini matter to proceed on course, free from further distractions. Whew. Is there anything else? Just checking here. Well, there is additional, but I don't think that it has any notice of hearing. No. All right. We are up to speed. Somewhat. Ooh. All right, folks. So, this trial is fast approaching. I haven't seen anything that says if the court has ruled on this. Now, this was October 1st, so the court hasn't really had time to do it. Who knows? Gingeras might file a response to this, but the trial is fast approaching. I don't know if it's going to be live streamed. I don't know. If it is, I'm going to cover this. Oh, I'm going to cover this evidentiary hearing. Oh, I will. All right, folks. I think that is what I had for you for today. Tomorrow, I urge you to return to my channel. I will be covering the Timms case. The Timms were accused of hurting their child by hospital staff who cannot read x-rays. It's this, and we've seen this before in other cases of hospitals trying to snatch kids from their parents. Now, they won this case because it was obvious that the hospital and the employees were incompetent, is the nice word for it. But they are still $90,000 in debt. Now they have a fundraiser. They're asking for $9,000, I think. So tomorrow we will watch the cross-examinations of some of the state witnesses. Meanwhile, the Wheel of Regrets. And the Wheel of Regrets has new content. The Wheel of Regrets has new content. It now has the things I bought when I went to the United States. It has Florida Straight Bourbon. It has Sugar House Bourbon Whiskey. It has Tequila. It has Sunyu. It has Bonneville Bourbon. It has Temple of the Moon Gin. And my personal favorite, bought in Utah, Five Wives vodka. It also has warheads, your sour candy. It also has, where is it? Hot tamales. This is hot cinnamon. I'm not a fan of cinnamon, so that will be interesting. So that is the new lineup for the Wheel of Regrets for tomorrow. I aim to start at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I will have all the guests with Megan Fox, Flux, I hope Mo in the Deep End, Carrie Timms, I hope can join us, and also the lawyer they had in the trial. So folks, for tomorrow, open your hearts, open your wallets, and rules of engagement are as in any of my fundraisers, $100 to combine to the fundraiser, $25 to me, spins the Wheel of Regrets. But that will be for tomorrow. I will also join Megan Fox tomorrow morning. I believe her stream starts at 10:30 a.m. Something of the sort. Well, you will see me there tomorrow as well. All right, folks, that is what I had for you. From me and Mr. Jingles, thank you. Thank you so much for all the likes, all the subscribes, and thank you to AK the Cat Lady for $10. Thank you to Sarah, $2. Thank you to Jermaine Down for $5 super chat. Thank you to Tammy Fayette for gifting a membership. And to M169 for your $5. All of that is deeply appreciated. It keeps the channel going. And also it helps me fund next year's trip to the United States. And I am actually looking at where I can go, what I can rent and stuff like that. I might show up in Canton, Massachusetts at some point during next year's trip. So that is also the things that you fund here, is me going to the United States, visit that glorious country, and do stuff. Meet up with people and film and do videos and streams and stuff like that. So it's I might do east northeast. It looks like I'm doing the east northeast, going Boston, Massachusetts, and up to Maine and back down and stuff like that in a 3-week span. So, all right. I will see you all back here tomorrow. But first, go to Megan Fox tomorrow. She will stream before me. So for me and Mr. Jingles, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to do this. And I will send you off with the Laura Owens song. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Laura's got a secret, oh what a tale. She spins a wild story, sets sail without a sail. Fake baby bumps, she's got tricks up her sleeve, but the boys see through it, they just can't believe. Oh Laura, 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 what did you do? Play and pretend just to make it through. The boys fight back, they're standing tall. Laura's big surprise is no surprise. Points her finger, you're the bad guy now. But truth's got legs and it's taken a bow. Her plans unravel like a thread on a spool. Life's not a game and you're breaking the rules. Lies and lawsuits, so what a show. But justice is coming, it's starting to grow. You can't win hearts with tricks or a fight. The truth shines brighter than a starry night. what's true. Life's much better when you just be you. Laura's learning the hard way it seems. Honesty's the hero in everyone's dream.